Hello and welcome. Today we're talking about Form 2553 election by a small business corporation. In this video we dive into why you would want to become an S corporation, who should file the Form 2553, and when you should file Form 2553. Now most corporations are considered a C corporation by default, but many corporations are eligible to file Form 2553 to become an S corporation. In order to qualify, companies must fulfill certain criteria and follow specific processes. So let's take a look. Tip number 1, why become an S corporation? It's important to understand why a corporation would want to become an S corporation. Small companies typically elect to become S corporations so that their net taxable income is taxed to the shareholders rather than the corporation itself. This means that a small company can pass its income, credits, deductions, and losses onto the shareholders for tax purposes. Income is then reported on shareholders' personal returns and taxed at their personal tax rates and not subject to any corporate taxes. C corporations, on the other hand, run the risk of being taxed twice, both at the corporate and shareholder level, when dividends are paid out. Tip number 2, who should file Form 2553? With all the clear benefits, why doesn't everyone elect to become an S corporation? Unfortunately, not all small businesses can qualify for an S corp election. In order to be eligible to be considered as an S corp, a business must meet the following requirements. The corporation must be domestic. This means that they must do most, if not all, of their work within the United States. The Form 2553 has to be filed on time. The corporation can have no more than 100 shareholders. The corporation or eligible entity can have only one class of stock, and the corporation cannot have any non-resident alien shareholders. To see a complete list of the qualifications, check out the IRS Form 2553 instructions linked in the description box below. So, tip number 3. When should you file the Form 2553? This is one of the most important details and often an unnecessary cause of frustration. There are separate deadlines for Form 2553 depending on if a corporation is new or existed previously. New companies must file an S corp election within the first 2 months and 15 days following their initial formation. This means that within their first 75 days as a company, they must file if they want the S corp election to take effect in their first year of taxes. For existing businesses, the S corp election must be filed no later than 2 months and 15 days after the beginning of the tax year that the S corp election is to take effect. So for 2019, this deadline is March 15th. Additionally, existing businesses can file the 2553 anytime before the tax year that the S corp election is to take effect. A corporation that misses the deadline must wait to file until the next tax year, which also means that they must wait until the next year for the S corp election to take effect. Of course, there are some cases in which the IRS is willing to offer relief for companies that miss the deadline. Companies may still be eligible to become an S corp if they meet certain conditions. For example, an exception may be made if the corporation clearly intended to be classified as an S corp by the election dates, if all the shareholders have reported their income according to S corp filing requirements, or if the corporation is able to provide reasonable cause for missing the deadline. For more information on exceptions to the deadline, check out IRS Form 2553 instructions linked in the description box below. Form 2553 generally takes 60 days from the submission date to hear if an election is accepted or not. If it is accepted, you'll receive a notification stating that the tax status has been changed and is now an S corporation. Well, that's all we have today. If this video was helpful, be sure to hit that like button because it really supports our channel. If you have any more questions or tips, please comment below. Also, don't forget to click that subscribe button for relevant updates in tax and accounting and to learn easy, applicable ways to improve your practice. Thanks for watching.
You know what's easier than watching form videos on YouTube? Letting Canopy fill out the forms for you. Click now to get automated form filling with your free trial of Canopy.